Okay, so we'll continue. So the answer is 366 megahertz. So this is a cutoff frequency for this particular amplifier for the given specifications. Okay, so whenever you are designing an amplifier as per the given question, as per the given parameters, as per the given constructional features, then you will be getting a cutoff frequency equal to 366 megahertz, which means when you are giving an input whose frequency till 366 megahertz, it will be very much fine. That is, the gain will be sufficiently high. Okay, whatever the customer is required, it will be satisfied. Whereas if your input is beyond 366 megahertz, obviously the gain is going to decrease and it will not be uh, much more desirable for the users. Okay, so that is the importance of finding the cutoff frequency in our numerical program. So coming to the third configuration in this module. So as of now, we have learned common gate with active load and common source with active load. Now the pending one is the common drain, otherwise called as source follower. So source follower is otherwise called as common drain configuration, CD configuration. You know why it is called a source follower? Because the output will follow the source. So take down the circuit diagram. Output follows the source. So we will take the output across the source at which you have connected a load resistance as well as the active load. So can you tell me the difference between CG and CD in terms of active load connection? Where did I connected active load in CG? The previous configuration, where did I connected the active load?
At drain terminal, sir.
Drain, very good at drain. But now if you see, you have connected the active load at the source. Why? Because I'm taking the output across the source. So the position of the active load is dependent on the configuration. Since I'm taking the output across the source, you need to connect the load at the source. Whereas in the common gate, you will be taking the output across a drain. In that case, you have to connect the load at the drain. In common source also, you have connected the active load at the drain. And also, if you see the circuit, your input is given to gate. At the same time, the drain is common to both input and output, right? So it is called as common drain configuration, and body is grounded. Separately, the body terminal is grounded instead of tying it to the source, which means we need to consider the body effect while going for the analysis. So let us start with the frequency response. So in order to compute the frequency response of a source follower, first we have to draw the equivalent diagram consisting of all the capacitances. So now draw this equivalent diagram and then I will explain. So in this diagram, as I told you, this is a source follower, otherwise called as common drain. So the input V signal is given to the gate terminal through a resistance Rsic. And the drain is at ground because whenever we are drawing an equivalent diagram, we will not consider this DC source. So this has to be grounded, right? So drain will be at the ground. For high frequency analysis, the drain will be at ground. And between gate and drain, we have the internal junction capacitance called as CGD. Now I will consider this as the source. So between the gate and source, I should connect a capacitance called as CGS. And I can expect the current flow from drain to source. As all time we will be representing our current in this fashion from drain to source, which is a dependent current source, GMVGS. It is a voltage dependent current source. That is why GMVGS is an expression for the signal current flowing from drain to source. Normally we used to connect this only, but whenever body effect is considered, body effect means rather than tying body to the source, separately we have grounded. In that case, we have an additional voltage apart from VGS. We have a voltage VBS. Apart from VGS, we have a voltage VBS across the body and source. So because of this body effect, we have a new transconductance GMB and the junction voltage is VBS. So the drain current is defined by GMVGS. Along with that, there will be another component that is GMB VBS. So we need to go for two current sources together. Then usually we will also make use of the internal resistance R0, which will connect across the drain and source. Now, with reference to this main circuit, we also have a load resistance RL at the source, so that will also incorporate. Now, from where you got the CL? Same concept as that of the previous. Whenever we are making use of a load, active load in our terminal, whether it is drain or whether it is at source, wherever you connect at that particular, we will have to take the effect of CL also. Because CL is the load capacitance which corresponds to the effective capacitance of all the transistors, all the active transistors or active devices that you have used for generating this current source, capital I. This is your active load, isn't it? So to generate this active load, you have make use of Q2, Q3 and all, the current mirror circuits and all, by making use of the MOSFETs. So in these MOSFETs, you might have, there will be some junction capacitances. So those junction capacitances together, we will call it as CL and I will connect it in the load terminal. But make sure that my load terminal here is source instead of D. Whereas the previous case in the common gate, I have connected my CL at the drain, but now I will connect my CL at the source. Why? Because source is the load terminal which I have used here. Understood the concept, students? If you know the concept, means it is very, very simple subject. Otherwise, if you are missing the classes or if you are not regular, if you are not taking the notes, if you are sleeping, no use. So take down the notes, all the steps, whatever the points I'm teaching you, all those should be in your lecture notes. So it will be very helpful for you for marks. So by using that particular concept only, we are drawing this equivalent diagram. Otherwise, if you don't know the concept, means will you be able to remember all the circuit diagrams? No, right? You should know which and all things you need to consider while drawing the equivalent diagram. Should we consider the voltage source? No. Should I consider VDD? No, right? All the capacitance has to be included. Then after that, we have to take one by one capacitances. And at that time, we will not consider VSIC. Right? So if you see the circuit diagram, you know that there are three capacitances, CGD, CGS, and CL. So we will take it one by one. So first, let us take the effect of CGD. Let us take the effect of CGD. So redraw the circuit. Okay, redraw the circuit, then we will take the case one. So before analyzing the case one, let us redraw this diagram, this equivalent diagram. I'm going to redraw in this particular manner. So how it is being done? What is the change? I have excluded this GMB VBS. I have excluded this GMB VBS instead of, and also I have excluded R0 because I need to make it short. More simplified diagram I'm drawing. I'm drawing more simplified diagram. So for this, I'm excluding GMB VBS, I'm excluding R0, and instead of RL, I will put RL dash. Instead of RL, I will put RL dash. I will explain you why I have done this modification. Please. And one more thing I have done is, there I have connected the gate and drain, I mean the CGD between gate and drain, but already I know that drain is at ground, right? So what I have done is, I have disconnected CGD from here and I have connected in this way, because it is more or less same only, right? Because drain is at ground. So instead of connecting in this way, for better analysis, what I have done is, I have redrawn it in such a way that the capacitance one end it is at gate and the other end is at ground. This is your gate. Now, in the earlier circuit, you have considered GMB into VBS also because of that body effect. Now I am removing this current source. So while removing the current source, you have to insert a fixed resistance, and the resistance value is 1 by conductance. That is 1 by GMB. So 1 by GMB is a finite resistance that I will take along with small letter R0 and RL dash. Because if you see this RL dash, it is parallel with small letter R0, right? Why? Small letter R0 is connected between drain and source. Small letter R0 is connected between drain and source. Again, RL is also connected between source and ground. Since drain is at ground, you can understand that these two terminals are common, isn't it? Therefore, I can consider these two resistances are parallel to each other as they are sharing the common terminals. So RL is parallel to R0, and instead of this current source, I have inserted a fixed resistance. Already you know in a T equivalent circuit how I have drawn in second module, right? Whenever we are replacing it with a current source, I have to insert with a resistance whose value is reciprocal of the conductance. So what is the conductance here? GMB is a conductance. So the resistance is 1 by GMB. So tell me, what are the three resistance I have used which are parallel to each other? Which are the three resistances that are parallel to each other, Bhanu Prakash? Yes. Navya?
Yes, sir.
Which are the three resistances that are parallel to each other?
Sir, RL and R not are parallel.
Yeah, RL and R not are parallel. Apart from that, one modification I have.
RCB.
Yeah, 1 by GMB. RL and R not are parallel. Apart from that, instead of putting this GMB VBS, I told one modification. The modification is we will be inserting one resistance, right? So that resistance is 1 by GMB. Okay. So all the three resistance will come together, which are parallel to each other. So I will call it as RL dash. So RL dash is the parallel effect of RL, R0 and 1 by GMB together. And I will connect RL dash between the source and ground. So this is our new modified equivalent diagram. So please draw it. This will be easier for our further analysis because I don't want to specify RL, R0, 1 by GMB and all explicitly, right? So rather than that, I will take the cumulative effect RL dash and then we will proceed. So after drawing this, we will take one by one capacitance and then we will find the tau h, right? And after that, we will find the FH. First case one. Have you drawn this? So first I will take the effect of CGD alone. Okay, so if you open this CGD, what is the resistance that you are seeing? CGD. And please understand that whenever you are taking capacitance one by one, you will not consider the signal source. It will be short circuited. So this will be opened, and across open terminals, you will look into the input. So what is the resistance that you are seeing, students? It is nothing but Rsig, isn't it? Because Rsig is connected between the gate and drain. I can call the drain as ground here. I will consider my drain as ground because this is source follower. In source follower, the drain will be at ground for high frequencies, isn't it? So if you look across the CGD terminal, the resistance I can see across the same terminal G and ground is nothing but Rsig. So how will you write the expression of RGD? What is RGD? Physically, by simple observation, we will find a physical resistance. So what is that value? It is simply equal to Rsig. So please write that equation. RGD is equal to Rsig. After that, time constant can be computed, which is nothing but the product of RGD and CGD. In place of RGD, you will write Rsig equation number 1. This is for the first case. Now coming to the second case is CL. I'll take the second capacitance, CL. CL is connected between source and ground. Now open this terminal and see through it. So what is the resistance that I'm getting across the terminal? It is RL dash. Therefore, RCL can be written as RCL is the resistance that you have obtained after looking through CL. The equivalent resistance that you obtained after looking through CL, it is equal to RL dash, where RL dash is nothing but the three resistances connected in parallel, which is equal to RL parallel, R0 parallel 1 by GMB. In certain cases, 1 by GMB, you discard this, okay? In certain cases, if body effect is not considered, then I will exclude that and I will take only this. That depends upon the question. But if GMB is specified in the question, means I have to go with all the three values and then I need to compute RL dash and further tau CL. Okay, so that will be explicitly mentioned in the question depending upon your chi value. If nothing is mentioned about chi, nothing is mentioned about GMB, nothing is mentioned about VBS, means it is understood that it is an ordinary common drain amplifier where body is tied to the source. So in that case, we now need to consider the body effect while calculating the frequency response. Otherwise, that means if chi value is specified, it is understood that we have to take the body effect. We need to take GMB. Accordingly, we have to find tau CL, tau GD, whatever it is, and then we will finalize with FH. So be careful while doing the numericals. Either you will take this equation or you will take this equation. That depends upon your question. So in certain cases, 1 by GMB will not be considered. In other cases, 1 by GMB will be considered. That will be according to your body effect. So tomorrow I will continue with case 3 because case 3 is a little bit complicated. Why? Because if you see CGS, you can't find any physical resistance connected across a terminal. Do you find any physical resistance connected between gate and source as such? No. So in that case, what you will do? With previous experience, can anyone tell me? Whenever you are not finding any equivalent resistance across a capacitance, what you will do? Forgot. Previous two derivations we have done, no? What we will do? Physically, if there is no resistance connected, means we need to find resistance. So what we will do there in that case? Nobody can answer, then it means that my class is waste.
We should insert the dummy voltage 6 and calculate.
Very good. We will enter a dummy voltage source and we will consider the current Ix and Vx and find the ratio of Vx by Ix. Very good. Okay. So likewise, we will so that we will proceed. Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot for joining. Please study it regularly. Okay. Practice the derivations. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for you. So case 3, we will do it tomorrow by applying some nodal equations and a mesh equation, and we will finalize the value of tau GS and finally the cutoff frequency. Then we will go with the problem of source follower. Okay, so that will be handled tomorrow 9 a.m. class. Okay, thank you all. I'm ending the meeting.